Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. In today's video we're going to be talking about the power of being silent. And nowadays the world is just being crazy. Everyone wants to talk, everyone wants to have something to say, but there's something people miss out on: the fact that silence is strength. Now this is not some quote from some monk, no. This is me telling you that there's power in silence. Like, you can just be really quiet and exercise power. And in this video I want to talk about those situations in which silence is strength. Let's begin with the first one. Now, when someone asks you to do something, or when someone asks you for something, people have the tendency to just reply immediately. Like I could ask you, like, do you want to go out now? And you're like, yes. Or before you start thinking. Meanwhile, if I say, do you want to go out now? And you take a minute to think, your response will be more accurate and more suiting, more comfortable to you. I will come and ask you, can you help me do this? You're really not comfortable with it, but because I asked you, just like, yeah, immediately. And as time goes on, you realize, oh my god, I have something to do, I really can't help her with this, and it becomes an issue. Meanwhile, if you take a minute, each time someone asks you a question, they're not running, you're not running. You're not supposed to be in a hurry to respond to a question someone asks you, whatever the question is, because when you take a minute to pause and think of your answer is more accurate, and you're certain of actually doing what you're accepting, because you know that you thought through it carefully and you put all the possibilities in place and you realized you could actually do it, and it wasn't just an impulsive answer. So don't always have something to say. Let's take for an example, I could be in a conversation and probably the conversation goes on for 15 to 30 minutes and you just don't say anything, and at some point you start, people are going to listen to you, because the human nature is meant to be curious what the next person will give in order to have that reflex to respond. Now, when you're not talking in the midst of people who are talking too much or who are saying too much, they start paying attention to you and thinking, okay, what is this person thinking? Now, when you want to give your point, everyone who was curious about what you have to say is just going to turn on like, oh wow, okay, that's a point. And you realize the room might go quiet because everyone is trying to listen to you. Now, if you look at it closely, each thing you say after being silent, you're not just silent, you're listening to everyone's point, everyone's opinion, and putting it together and bringing out a better idea, or you bring in everyone's idea. It's like a cube or like a puzzle. You fit every piece where it's supposed to be and you contribute your idea. At that time they take you really seriously. Why? Because they know that what you're saying is well thought of. You weren't just in a conversation talking about everything and nothing. You're talking because you have something important to say and they're going to listen to you. And as a leader, you have to learn. I see some people make the mistake of going into, probably you go into a board meeting, you're probably the leader, or probably you're the head, or probably you lead in some way, and you get into a meeting and you start talking first. It's like putting yourself out there, and that's all you have to offer. When you get into a meeting, you listen to your workers, you listen to what they have to say, you listen to what get their ideas. Yeah, what do you think about this project? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Bring it all together. Then you give the final conclusion. Now, when you walk into a place or when you're in a meeting and you just pour out everything, they're like, okay, yeah. But we're thinking there you have people contradicting, and it becomes more of a back and forth. The value of what you have to say reduces. But if you decide to sit back and ask people's opinion, listen, analyze critically, and at the end of the day you come up with a solution that works with everybody's opinion, you bring it all together to fit the puzzle perfectly, you realize that your role as a leader is more respected, because everyone will be like, yeah, what you're saying is actually correct. When you become a leader, or when you are a leader, you know that you need people's opinions. It's not just always your opinion. You need people's opinions to be able to come in together, form the entire body. You realize those things that you didn't realize when you were thinking of that same thing. You identify some things which were not there when you were thinking of it, and you come up with a better plan and a way forward, and you give it out there, and everything works out perfectly. That's so because you were silent and you listened carefully. Let me know in the comment section below which other situation you think silence is power in and how that can be applied in our daily societies to make each other better. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to hit the red subscribe button down here and the bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos. I love you guys so much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.